Sesongen er over, det har vært et kjempe-antiklimaks. Vi har utrolig store utfordringer som klubb. Med meg så har jeg Ronnie Whelan. Jeg skal høre litt hva han syns om hva vi trenger i forsterkninger. Ronnie, what do you think about this season, if you want to sum it up?
Not been the greatest season Liverpool have ever had. So Brendan Rodgers got a big job this year, bringing the right players in, because we need to get back to Champions League, because we won't attract big players if we don't get in it next season.
What does he need to get? What is most urgent?
Well, you're looking at a top centre-back. You know, I watched the game on Saturday and Lovren didn't look the player. Steven Gerrard's gone now. I think we need a top-class central midfielder, and we definitely need one or two centre-forwards, because you lose 50, 60 goals with Suarez out and then Sturridge's been injured, and we didn't have anything but Sterling to put up there. Balotelli didn't work, Ricky Lambert didn't work. We need a top class striker. If we can attract one, you know, we're not in the Champions League, Europa League. Where do you find the top fella who's going to get you 25, 30 goals a season? There are a few out there, and hopefully Brendan Rodgers on this transfer committee can find one.
Are you positive though?
No, not at this moment in time. I'm not usually positive. I was more positive last year. I think everybody was, because you finished second in the league. But it's gone backwards this year. So fingers crossed, but I'm not completely positive. We'll see when he brings the players in, how we start off the season next season. That was my one and only hat-trick for Liverpool against Coventry City. And this one is Hillsborough Cup final. The winning captain at Wembley always gets to keep the ball, and I got the ball after the cup final in '89. Unfortunately, we beat Everton. Baby wants to kick them all the time. You have to hide him away so he doesn't kick them. Not my baby.
What do you think we need for the next season? What is most urgent as you see it?
You know, it'll be a testing season next season. You know, with Stephen going, I think there's going to be probably 3 or 4 other players that are maybe make weights in the side that need to be going. They seem to be stripping back on the and lowering the wage, but it's very, very important that we get marquee signings coming in. Milner, then that's a great signing for us. I think it really is, because he can play so many positions. So I think that's a real good signing. He's out of contract, and it makes it even better for us. But I think it's important that, you know, maybe you go and get another centre half. You need to go and get a real good goal scorer as well, because if Daniel Sturridge is out injured, as he has been for most part of this season, then he needs someone else to take over the mantle, and you can't rely on all the youngsters all the time. So I think it's important that we maybe get another centre half and certainly a striker. And if we get that, then I really believe that we can do something. I would imagine that Emre Can would go into midfield. I see him more as a midfield player than I do a centre half. I don't think he's cut out to be a centre half, you know, putting his head on the line and blocking things, but I see him as a real good player, I do. So I think, like I said, centre forward, centre half, and maybe another midfield player. And if we get that, then I think we could have a good season.
But how attractive are we as a club?
How attractive? Listen, you know, it's Liverpool. For all those of us that have played for Liverpool, all of us that have been around for a long time, then we see it as an attraction. We're talking about the history of the football club. It's absolutely fantastic. So there'll be a lot of players out there that will want to play, and the disappointing thing is that we haven't made Champions League. If we had made that, then we could have attracted marquee signings, and then marquee signings then elevate you to a new position. But Brendan's done a great job of bringing a lot of youngsters through that can stand us in good stead for the future. But at the same time, we've got to hang on to them players. If we can't afford, you know, if we don't hang on to them, it makes us a lesser club again, you know. And it looks like Raheem is holding out for whether he's going to go or not. And if he doesn't want to be at this football club, this great football club, then I say let him go. I really do. I mean, you've got to want to be somewhere, and your heart's got to be in the right place. And for all of us that have played for Liverpool, you know, our heart's in the right place. No matter whether you're having a bad time or a good time, you want to be here because it's Liverpool. And for some reason, his head's been messed up, whether it be by the agent, maybe it's by him himself. He doesn't want to be here, and if that is the case, let him go and rebuild again. And it's better to sell him now than it would be in a year or two's time, because he'll be out of contract, can go abroad for no money, and then we lose out again. So sometimes for me, and I'm not manager, I say if he doesn't want to be here, cash in and let him go, and then bring people here that really want to be here, because you've got to. That gives you the edge when you're playing for a side that you want to play for and that you love. You play better because you really roll your sleeves up. And if that isn't the case, then I think things become half-hearted, and I don't think that really shows well to the supporters first and foremost, and to your teammates and to your management, it's not a good scenario. I think, you know, you've got to want to be somewhere and really, really say, well, I'm going to dig in and give my best performance and give 100% every week. Sometimes you feel that some players, and I wouldn't name names, but some players aren't doing that, and you think, well, just give a little bit more. That's all the supporters ask. Give 100%. We all have bad games, each and every one of us, and you know, if you're having a bad day, you hold your hand up and get on with it. And then you train even harder to bounce back. I just think, bring players here that really, really want to play for this football club. And if you get that passion back in the side, Liverpool will succeed.
What do you think we need now for the next season? What is the most urgent for us to get now?
Well, what we need is we need to buy Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Pep Guardiola to come. We need Royce. But you know what? That's not going to happen. So what we need is we need people to support us. We need the supporters to support Liverpool Football Club and its players. We don't know who they're going to be. We know who's here now, and we're hoping to get all the players. But if we get no more players, what are we going to do? Are we going to give up? No. So we have to forget about what we think we need. We have to look at what we have. And what's necessary for us to be successful is for us to support the club, support the manager, support the players, no matter who they are. There you go. How was that?